Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
This is just to say, this is Not So Christian Brothers after show. Basically, we have a sort of critique on the last one.
This episode on Thursday that went out, I gave you 2 topics, and I actually think for the first time in my whole friendship with you, I've never seen you kind of stuck on something, which is kind of, I think, good and refreshing. So the first topic was why men lie easily. How did you find that?
I lied my way through it. I enjoyed it, actually. I enjoyed the conversation because I really do think, because it's. I came in having just read William Goldman, who's a screenwriter, and he talks about how it's all about lying. He believes life is all about lying. Movies, scripts, everything. It's just all about lying.
I disagreed with it. Do you know what was really interesting? It was about men lie easily was the topic. Our DM from our lovely listener, who was just saying this sounds like bullshit. Men lie easy as just a strand, right? And then I was thinking, you didn't really speak at all about, well, women also do, and these are the things that women do, the white lies every single day to survive or get through the day, or marriage or children, or why is it men lie easily? Do women not? And why genetically are we made like that? And why are you predisposition? And Justin did touch really interestingly about survival and the having to survive in a way that women were the caregivers and really didn't have that same need, right? So
but also produce children, so you were more valuable.
Yeah.
So men had to strive to stay in the tribe.
But like you gave some stuff and it was really meaty, but then it was also a bit like, is it really sad? Like you and I spoke there.
Yeah.
I was like, we never lie to each other. We're so honest all the time. And Justin's like, 100% you're not. Like, there's no way the two of you are always really honest about everything. I'm like, I think we are. Like, we just say it as it is, and we're so authentic, and we grill each other. And Justin was like, no, that's not true, because everyone's just trying to not hurt anyone.
No, okay, you have.
I love honesty. I love when people are really direct.
I do think you have honesty on different levels with different people, and I think you also know that there's certain friends that can take honesty very well, and then there's some people that can't, and therefore you sort of.
And they're in pools of tears on the toilet.
You possibly are. Well, then you're not completely honest with them. You know,
that's not good either. Is it?
But life without lies is chaos. Society without lies is chaos.
But I also think it depends on people's modus operandi and how you're pre-programmed, because in many ways it's very hard to step away from what you've always done before. And I think if I think about my relationship, like I constantly have conversations with Beatrice about, can you just be honest with me about stuff quicker?
Yes.
Because she gets to the point then when she's upset and she'll be emotionally really upset about something. Whereas, you know, if you were to ask her what's my honesty like, she'd be like, oh my God, he's just like, I just tell it as it is all the time. I'm like constantly, this is how I feel, this is what's going on.
I think I'm like that. I don't know if that's
I agree, right? I don't think I'm right. I don't think she's right. I don't think anybody's right in all this, because I think everybody's just trying to figure their shit out, and it's really hard. So all you're trying to do is stay in the vibe with your mates.
But then we're telling our kids, right? We're telling our kids, never lie.
I know.
Never lie.
I know.
Meanwhile, you're white lying it in there.
I've never told my son not to lie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll be like, don't do
lie.
that. That's bad. And then I'm literally like, tell the neighbour. The car will be in the back drive.
I know from growing up, with my kids growing up, I would have said, tell the truth. It's much better to tell the truth, even though I know that's not the truth.
Even though Dad's a massive liar.
I just think if you gotta base. Yeah, but you got to base their future on something. You can't base it on a lie. You can't say, whatever you do, Alex, whatever you do, make sure you lie. From the girl you meet to the moment you go into work, just lie all the time. I think if you tell them, the best way is to tell the truth. But if you can't, well, then a lie is okay.
Yeah, but I think, look, we're talking, there's a gulf between a morality in the context of how our kids should grow up. I mean, you know, tell the truth when it's a real issue or you're cornered. But I think more often than not, it doesn't matter what we tell our kids, right? It doesn't matter if you don't tell your kids about sex, you don't tell them about drugs or alcohol. They're going to find it anyway. We're all going to figure our shit out as we go along. And I think...
Or not.
Well, or not. I mean... to the point that nobody has their shit figured out.
Which leads me to topic 2. So there's a podcast called Strangers on a Bench.
Oh, yeah.
Strangers on a bench, strangers on a beach, strangers in Nepal, wherever. Meeting people that are and by stranger, I mean you don't know anything about them, you're not in their lives, you're not in their circle. Now, what I did think was really interesting is Justin did touch on, and it was at the end of the pod, his mom, and he referenced his mother, who when pregnant with him, because you guys are bros with a few years between you.
Yeah.
How many years?
14.
And you referenced your mum being pregnant with you and her options and what were they and was she happy and was it? And that was so intriguing. So did you actually meet your mum? And you could have done that for the pod. Was it a conversation with your mum at 41, 42, 43, pregnant with you? And mum, how do you feel about this? Are you really enjoying having all these kids? Do you want this baby? Wow. And you could have had a conversation with someone. Maybe you felt a bit like that lad in your youth, in your showbiz days. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you saw men like that. Was it easier?
In my showbiz days, like they're gone.
There actually is a video, and I still have it on my phone somewhere, where he is in Speedos. So that kind of stuff did happen. And they were very tight.
Where was that?
We were at some kind of water park with the kids.
And can I say something else?
Yes, you can.
Should have been arrested.
Do you know what I completely disagree with on the other point about strangers?
Water park with the kids, with your kids.
I don't think I was in Speedos ever.
Yeah.
In a water
Alex
park.
actually
and
sent me the
why
video.
would you have pictures? Why would Alex? Like, was he a grown adult and I was running
Hang
around?
on, I have the pictures
It's
too.
called
I have the
compromat. It's
pictures
called
too.
compromat.
And
I
the
knew I'd need it at some point.
I need to see it.
final thing I want to say.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And it's something I will disagree with wholeheartedly, is Colm gave a really beautiful story about meeting someone who had been bereft, being left bereft because of the death of his wife. On a plane journey. We know that Colm's wife is going through hell with cancer, and there was a story. Do you know what I find really interesting? When we talk about strangers giving their most authentic self and they can be themselves because they're not talking to their mum or their husband or their granny. No. I think those moments with strangers can be very performative. I think it's an opportunity for someone to be in a different space and body and identity. I think you can often characterize yourself. I think you can live. I have sat on planes and had conversations with people who are either just friends or having an affair, and they've gone on about their long marriage, and afterwards someone's gone, they are not together. I've had conversations with people, and later on that person's gone, he doesn't own a tech company. He's a yoga teacher. I actually think, and I disagree, we are more authentic. Yes, we might do white lies throughout the day to survive, to tell you I'm 10 minutes late because I'm parking and really I'm 15 minutes away, or to tell you this has happened or that's in the oven. I actually think there's more authenticity with the connections that we have than the strangers. I think there's a real moment there to not give your true self when you're
But I wasn't saying the true self. I said judgment, right? So people can say whatever they want. I can be a tech bro. I can be a yoga teacher. I can be married, not married. It's about the person on the other end just listening, and you can say whatever you want, whether it's the truth or not. You don't feel like you're being judged. I think that's what we like in those conversations.
But if it's not a real conversation, there's no judgment in it. Anyway.
What I was trying to say, what
Depends
I thought
on how
was
screwed up you
really, what really got to me, what I thought was,
that's a nice shirt.
oh wow,
that's a really nice shirt.
What I thought was
brings out the colour of your eyes.
Hang on a second. What I thought was really interesting in that
like
conversation was that I had never heard Anne speak. Did you want to stop for a second? This is deep. I'd never heard Anne.
Is there a brooch to go with that blouse?
No, I'm not going to say it.
No, I'm not going to say it. I want to hear this.
I'm not going to say it. There is a brooch to go with it. Yes, there is. And there's a necklace.
No, I'm really sorry.
And socks.
I haven't heard the word blouse.
These are the ones for the other shirt.
That was really vital. Sorry. Go on.
No, what I was going to say was, it was the first time I heard Anne talking to somebody about what she was going through. Because she would always presume I'm in the room. And she didn't then, because she thought I had my headphones on and I was listening to a movie. So it was really interesting to hear her. Do you know what I mean? Like when she talks about it, even if she talked about it here now, she knows I'm in the room. I know she talked to you about it. And I left the room when she did that podcast with you. But I thought it was really interesting to hear her talking about it to a stranger.
But that was Anne's
quite eye-opening.
It's probably hard for her as well, though, because you're not a bystander.
Because of the shirt.
Because of the shirt, yeah. No, but you're not a bystander. Like
Exactly,
you're an active
yeah.
participant
Yes, yeah,
in the trauma that's just like ongoing, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a horrendous environment to be in, and it's almost like why we need comedy and black humor and everything else, right?
Gallows
Because
humor.
when you're in the midst of all of that, you need to have space. So it was probably like she felt, I can talk to this guy. If you were listening, she'd probably have to temper the conversation.
Yeah.
Not because she doesn't want to upset you.
No,
Yeah.
I loved that it was Anne's perspective and Colm got to hear that, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
He could have been a liar. He could have been a liar. He could have been lying about what he's gone through just because he wanted to talk to someone. And
Well,
he
this guy Anne spoke to could have been. Maybe he was chatting her up.
Out there. No, not chatting her up.
He was bringing in the dead wife.
No,
Tinder
maybe not.
Tinder swindler. You
No.
never know
No.
what people are up to.
Maybe not chatting her up. I'm not going that dark. I'm saying maybe it was someone just who wanted to give out a story. And then it got creepy at the end because there was a bit of a like, oh, I'll take your number for any time we might need it. And the lad is a complete nutter. Anyway, my
I know
head
he
is
wasn't,
dark.
though, in
I've
fairness,
noticed
he
your minds are more simplistic than mine because the fact I gave out these two characters thought you'd go anywhere. Colin was homoerotic land. And Justin...
Just sticking him into a pair of swim shorts. And
Justin
he's
got all
sitting there
PC going,
on the-
so what if she's middle-aged and pregnant? Bex. Anywho.
Anyway, that was it.
It was a
But
very
I wouldn't
deep
have an
dive.
issue with somebody who's middle-aged. Like, I'm not PC. Like, you think I would have an issue with that. I honestly wouldn't. That wouldn't even cross my mind. It wouldn't cross my mind. Why
it
should it
should
cross? Why should it cross my mind?
But I thought it was interesting what Beck said was that then, if what had crossed your mind was, my God,
It's my mum.
it's my mum.
What if you delivered the baby? What if that was the stranger? Like if you
So
gave
if he
me a
delivered
stranger on the
himself.
beach.
That's just living yourself in a different world.
And cut.
I am double jointed.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay.
I am double jointed.
Yeah. Some strange Steve Soderbergh movie. Okay, that was the after show.
Please like, subscribe, and share this wherever you can. I think we're now on video wherever you find your podcasts, so hopefully you're seeing us too. If you've not seen us on video on Spotify, get over to YouTube because we're on there as well. So please put comments out on YouTube because we can interact with you directly.
If I go onto YouTube and just search Not So Christian Brothers, it comes up.
Should we join everyone to our WhatsApp group, or would that be weird? Seeing as this murky waters, we had a bit of a row a few Fridays ago about imagery and branding and photos, and I think that's going to be a topic for coming up soon.
Oh, let's do that as an after show.
But just to preface this, if you search Not So Christian Brothers on YouTube, the first thing that comes up is
a Christian brother.
Not So Christian Births. So just get past that.
No,
right?
what I got was a Christian brother, a guy who was talking to me about the Lord, and I thought that's not Justin.
Wow.
It looked
God
like
bless
you
him.
though.
Okay.
Goodbye.
See you now. Bye bye.